Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? This is me, G Bear. I'm going to be bringing you guys another Wi Fi battle. We'll be battling Danielle Kitchens. So, shout out to Danielle Kitchens. I'm not sure if she is a subscriber of mine or not, but she did reach out to me when I put a post up about 3 nights ago looking for a battle. So, this is the battle, and it was a pretty good one, especially the ending. It could have been crazy. Uh, but I'll get to that in a minute. So let's just get this battle started. All right. Okay, so right off the back, she sends out the Sylveon, and I decided to go with Electros. I don't have Volt Switch. This is a special attacking Electros, so of course it's not going to do anything to a Sylveon, or so I thought. So I go into Sylveon. I go into Empoleon. Sorry about that. Expecting a Moonblast or a Toxic. She actually does decide to go for the Moonblast, and as you can see, it's not really going to do much to me. However, it does get the special attack drop, but that doesn't matter too much either because I am or either. Yeah, somebody is either or either. But anyway, it doesn't matter too much because I am defensive, so my offensive stat is not that high. I go into Electros, expecting the Sylveon to. I thought I would scare it out honestly, but she went for the protect, which was the better play actually, and just goes for another Moonblast, which I was expecting. So I switched back into Empoleon just to eat that up, and now that I have a good feeling she's gonna stay in, I just decided to go ahead and set up the rocks. She goes for the side shock, I guess to see which one does more damage, and to me it actually seems that the side shock did a bit more damage to the Empoleon than the Moonblast. Uh, which would make sense because I'm not really physically defensive, I'm especially defensive. So, yeah, anyway, she goes for Reflect. And when I saw this, I was like, oh man, I really don't want that Reflect up. I really hate when all my opponents get Reflect or light screens up. It just is, it's a big problem. Anyway, I go ahead and go for the Scald because right now I'm just fishing for the burn. I do get a crit. I really don't think it mattered too much. I'm not even with the crit. You guys saw how much it did. It really didn't do much at all to this guy. Um, she goes for the Moonblast. I'm not sure if she's just looking for the special attack drop or what, but I just go ahead and go for another Scald and realize she has the berry. And right about now is when I started to think that it was more of a special attacker versus a defensive Pokemon. Because the Scald is actually doing quite a bit of damage to the Sylveon than it should. Because, like I said, I do have a tad bit of special attack invested, but not too much at all. Anyway, she just keeps on firing off the Moonblast. Which actually, now that I'm looking at over it again, Moonblast is doing a little bit more than the side shock, so she is making the right choices right now. I do get another crit with that icy wind. Um, like I said, I don't really think it mattered. And the only reason I went for the icy wind is because I want to outspeed the Sylveon, and I figured it wasn't too fast, so one or two icy winds should have gave me the speed advantage. And she's gonna just keep firing off the Moonblast, and like I said, it's not really doing too much to me, but only because I have the leftovers is why I'm not really worried too much. And when I seen the Reflect in, I figured that this is the best time to switch out. So I decided to go into my Durant, expecting her to set these screens back up, but she actually goes for the Moonblast and just obliterates my Durant. So at this point, I'm like, man, Durant's very worthless because I have to get the Holmes Claws up because um, I do have the hustle ability, so it's pretty worthless without Hone's Claws. She switches out and goes into the Ferrothorn, I guess just to eat up whatever I go for. Unfortunately, well, I guess it is fortunate that I missed the Iron Head, because what I was thinking right here is that I can now set up the Hone's Claws. I'm sorry, I missed the Iron Head because now I can set up the Holmes Claws. Goodness, and I was thinking she was just gonna set up the rocks, but no, she actually went for the Leech Seed. Um, I'm not sure why she went for the Leech Seed. I guess she didn't have any other attacking moves, or she just wanted to use that just in case. Battery's dying as usual. Anyway, so anyway, I just decided to go into Ferrothorn. I was pretty sure it was going to switch out, but I decided to go for the Fire Punch anyway, just to give whatever it switched into a nice max attack, Bandit, Fire Punch, Iron Fist. So whatever switched in would have taken a nice amount of health. so I wasn't too worried about that. Anyway, down goes the Sylveon. I was a bit surprised that she decided to sack off the Sylveon, honestly. Um, but now she goes into Jellicent, and I really wanted to save my Quran because I wasn't too sure if I would need it later or not. Anyway, so Jellicent decides to go for the Scald, and yeah, that would have clearly taken out my Infernape, just seeing how much, or my Quran, just seeing how much damage the it did on the Electros. And yeah, at this point, I was like, oh crap, I didn't really want the burn, but I guess it could have been worse. Could have got a crit and knocked me out. Actually, I think that was a crit. I'm not sure, but anyway. So now I go to Ferrothorn and just my idea was to go for the Giga Drain. I'm big root, so I was gonna go for the Giga Drain just to get some HP back and hopefully survive another Scald. And at that point, I would have taken the Jellicent out with the electric attack. I think I have Thunder or Thunderbolt on this one. I'm not sure, but anyway, she switches out and goes into Ferrothorn, which does absolutely nothing to it. I try to knock it out with the Flamethrower, and I guess it was a special defensive Ferrothorn. I do get the burn, but it doesn't matter too much because I'm going to lose my Electros thanks to the Leech Seed and the burn damage. I'm not going to live that at all. So, goodbye, Electros. I'm really not liking this timid nature Electros. Kind of wish I went with the modest nature, but I don't know. I've only used it twice, so we'll see how it goes on later. So I just decided to go back into Empoleon right here because I want to. I know I can take it out, and yeah, I really just felt like this was the best Pokemon to switch into at the time. Just in case I need to sack somebody off, his job is pretty much done. So I figured this is the best Pokemon to let go. Anyway, she goes back into Jellicent, and I'm like, oh gosh. The only thing I have for this guy is Quran, but I cannot risk the Scald KO. So I decided to stay in, and if I have to, sack off my Empoleon. Right now, I'm just going for the Scald, just fishing for some type of burn. Um, I know there's no way I can knock it out, but if I could get a burn on it, that would be nice. However, the Jellicent is faster than me, which I was a bit surprised. So I actually just decided to go for the Icy Wind. She goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which is a pretty smart play because that's a guaranteed burn, and the Scald has a chance not to burn. So now I get my Icy Wind off. Sorry about that, my legs fell asleep. So now I get the Icy Wind off just to, like I said, so I can outspeed this guy. Yeah, you gotta do the whole burn and leftover thing. That always messes me up when I'm commentating, because yeah, it throws my game off. Anyway, alright, so now that that's all out the way, now that I am faster, I try one more time. I feel I have one more time just to get this burn, but no, I don't manage to get it, and this oh goodness, Hex will actually take me out. Even though I am heavily invested in special defense and HP, yeah, I'm not gonna live Hex, I keep saying a Hex, from that low health. Anyway, so now I just decided to go back into Quran because I do have the Thunder Punch, and I knew it would not survive that, especially missing some type of that amount of HP. Maybe if it had full HP, a fully defensive Jellicent probably would have survived, but I had a feeling that was more special defensive anyway. So now it goes into Gold Bat, and I was so sure right here that it would just go for a default, so I wasn't worried at all. I just switch out and go into Garchomp. And I was actually right. It does decide to go for the default, which is the smartest play. So, um, yeah, there's no problem with that at all. This is the Life Orb Jolly Nature Garchomp. I just go for the Rock Slide, hoping for the flinch because I was pretty sure it wouldn't take it out, and it doesn't. And I don't get the flinch either. She gets the Super Fang off, and I'm going to lose half of my HP. But the cool thing about that is the Rough Skin does take it out thanks to the well, I was going to say recoil damage, but it's not recoil damage, it's rough skin damage. Anyway, it does take it out, and she sends in Lopunny, and right here I get so scared, because I know this is a Mega Lopunny, and yeah, I was really, 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 really scared, because I didn't really know what kind of moveset it had. She goes for the Ice Punch, and yeah, that's going to just destroy Garchomp. But I didn't want to save Garchomp, because honestly, the only Pokemon I had left was Quran and Mamoswine. So I decided to go into Quran, and I know I had Mac Punch. I am Choice Band. So thankfully that takes it out. But for some reason I was so scared that that would not take it out, and it would have like returned or high jump kicked and took me out. Anyway, I guess I was just very nervous because this was a close battle. Now I just decided to keep on firing off those Mach Punch because not like I have a choice. Like I said, I am choice banned. He goes for the Dragon Pulse, and I was actually surprised that we both lived that. I thought he would have died from the Mach Punch, and I thought I would have died from the Dragon Pulse. But even if it did manage to take me out, the victory most likely would have still went to me because I do have Ice Shard on my Mamoswine. So, but that was a very good game, Nicole. Or I'm sorry, Danielle. If you guys want to battle her, just let me know and I'll reach out to her. As you guys saw, she's a pretty good battler. And I always encourage you guys to battle each other, especially if they're good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. As always, like, subscribe, do what you guys do best. And thank you to all my subscribers out there. I'm going to get out of here, so have a great day.